Is John Mark Dougan. He's a police officer, and so he escaped from Florida, and then he went through Canada, and then he ended up in Moscow. And
Why did he have to escape?
Because he's a hacker, and he was really mad at his work. They were about to raid his place or something like that, and he was supposedly he was exposing corruption. And he has a Wikipedia page on the Russian site, but the Wikipedia English one has been deleted, of course. So what he did is he got Florida. He posted online. He posted every address of every judge and every police officer, and then he posted it online. He put it on, I think, the dark web or something. So because he was mad. So he's like a professional hacker. And so I met him, and I knew what he was, and he's connected with people, you know, he's connected with FSB, stuff like that. And I go to all these parties and blah, 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 blah. And he's like threatening me, like in a subtle way, you know. He like shows me videos of people that he beat up, and he's like an habitual liar. He like would just say the most terrible things to me, and I knew he was lying to me. And so this one night, he moves from one apartment to another apartment, and he buys this brand new tripod, and he buys this brand new camera, beautiful camera. And he has this girlfriend who's a redhead. And I'm at his apartment, and he turns on the video, and he's sitting down on his couch. It's this brilliantly beautiful, this is before COVID, beautiful like apartment. And he shows me before, by the way, how he hacks. Like how he's a hacker. He shows me. And so he has this beautiful apartment, beautiful apartment. And so this woman comes in who's his girlfriend, and she's cute. She's a redhead, short hair. And he turns on the video, and she starts doing the porn pizza. You know the plot of the pizza delivery guy?
Oh, yeah.
And so I get up, and I'm at the window, and I'm like getting fresh air, right? And I'm like, oh my goodness, you know, I can't believe this is happening. I'm like, I know what this is, and I don't want to have any part of this. And so he comes up to me, you know, this big former cop, and he grabs my neck. And I have it written down, but I can't remember what he said. But he says, you know, it's not cool what you're doing, or blah, blah, blah. And so that's like the last time I saw him. So that's John Mark Dougan. Yeah. And then when I was with the KGB informant, the former German KGB informant that I was living with, all of my old passwords were, I watched it real time, because her internet, it was in her name at one point. The internet was in her name, and I watched real time as all of my names went to the dark web. Does that make sense? Like I watched like real time. I have like the documentation, so like all my old passwords went to the dark web. And it was the same way he was showing me, and I was just watching this. I was like, so now I'm John Mark Dougan's bitch. So.
Yeah, this is why you need to use the strong passwords. This is why you need to change them every 3 months and so on. These security policies are not written just for fun.
Yeah, I watched this show. You may be interested in it, and it was about this guy who went up against Anonymous, and he was watching Facebook, and he thought that he announced to the world that he figured out who Anonymous was, and he was a security guy, And so he had an appointment that week with the FBI, and so the Anonymous hacked him and stole everything, and then they published it online, and they basically saw everything that he was doing, and he knew it was crap, that he was just basically trying to market himself. And so his business was destroyed. And this is like 3 days before he went to the FBI. He like publicly said that he was going to expose Anonymous. So basically he's a security guy, and you know, he's telling the world that all of his passwords are different, but in fact they weren't. And so his business was ruined.
I don't have such stories.
Yeah, that's Russia. That's Russia before the Cold War too.